So Elon Musk, he's working on Doge, or was working on Doge, and finding all the waste and the fraud in the federal government. Him and President Trump running through a whole bunch of flowers and daisies, holding hands, like everything is great, everything is grand. And then all of a sudden, this beautiful bill that President Trump ran on for the American people. President Trump constantly told us about this big, beautiful bill. And Elon Musk was even on stage multiple times with President Trump during the big, beautiful bill when he was discussing it during the election. And now all of a sudden, Elon Musk has a problem with the big, beautiful bill. And President Trump doesn't have anything in this big, beautiful bill that would basically put Elon Musk over the top. You remember the radical lunatic liberals that constantly said that President Trump listens to Elon Musk, or Elon Musk is the VP, or they just said Elon Musk is running everything. And all these same radical leftist lunatics, they were keying Teslas, burning Teslas, protesting in front of Tesla dealerships, and all of them kept saying, sell your Tesla. Now these same idiots are telling everybody to buy a Tesla. They love the fact that President Trump and Elon Musk are all over X having a quarrel, a dispute, a whining session, is what it basically comes down to. Now, these radical lunatic liberals, they believe that we, MAGA Republicans, all of a sudden that we're just going to jump ship and join Elon Musk. It's not going to happen. I don't know why you even fix your mouth to even say such a thing. And there's some people saying, well, look, some of these Republicans are siding with Elon Musk. They weren't Republicans in the first place. Or at least they were not MAGA. They weren't MAGA in the first place. So when all this clears up, because at some point it's going to clear up, because something else is going to happen. If something else is not already happening. And a lot of people not really paying attention, because this could just very well be a distraction from something else that's going on. And on top of that, we all know that President Trump is not in the Epstein files. Because if President Trump was in the Epstein files, do you think for 1 second that these Democrats would have held that information back? Come on, people. Let's think. Let's think a little bit. They would have not been holding that information back. They would have showed it. Because they would instead of having to try to kill President Trump, they would have showed that Trump was in the Epstein files. Because a lot of Republicans says, okay, this is enough, I'm not going to vote for him. But they didn't do that. They didn't have anything on him. You mean to tell me that Joe Biden, FBI, wouldn't have released it? This is the same FBI that did the fake dossier against President Trump. But all of a sudden, they don't have anything? Or they do have something now? Yeah, whatever. Y'all can believe that if you want to. I'm still sticking with Trump. This is what I voted for. President Trump is not going to make it to where anybody force us he's not going to allow anybody to force us into anything ever again. He allowed it to happen with the vaccines. Y'all remember that? President Trump did what, Operation Warp Speed? He did that to give people the option. And a lot of radicals, a lot of stupid people, even Republicans, were saying, oh, President Trump did this to us. He did that to give people an option. You can get the vaccine or not get the vaccine. I'm thankful I didn't get the vaccine. But he did as an option. He wasn't forcing anybody. And then the Democrats, after they stole the 2020 election, then all of a sudden they started forcing people. You couldn't hold a job. Couldn't even go to the stinking movie theater unless you had a vaccine. In some places, I remember that. Couldn't even go to a restaurant unless you had the vaccine. Show your papers, please. Same Nazis, 1940s, the same Nazis today, these Democrats. President Trump is not going to allow anybody to force us into an EV. Not going to happen. If you want to get a gas guzzler, then get a gas guzzler. President Trump is saying it's your option. Do not allow anyone to force you in anything. And Elon Musk, granted, he's building a Tesla. And some of the Teslas are beautiful. And be honest with you, I personally do like that Tesla truck. Some people says it's ugly as all get out. To each his own. But this little quarrel that's going on between the two of them, it could just very well be a distraction to get everybody else to pay attention to something else. And if they do drop the Epstein files next week, oh, what a wonderful day.